اليوم نلتقي لإطلاق الجمعية الطبية العراقية الأسترالية النيوزيلندية، أول جمعية للأطباء العراقيين في أستراليا بمختلف ولاياتها بالإضافة إلى نيوزيلندا. حدث كبير واقعا بالنسبة إلى الأطباء العراقيين وبالنسبة إلى الوسط والمجتمع الطبي إجمالا. لحد السنة الماضية كان هناك اللجنة الطبية في منتدى الجامعي العراقي الأسترالي تنظم وتقيم الأنشطة المتعلقة بزيادة المعارف والمدارك الطبية لزملاء الأطباء، بالإضافة إلى التثقيف والتوعية بالنسبة للجالية العراقية والجالية العربية إجمالا، مع ازدياد عدد الأطباء من كل الاختصاصات والمجالات، وأطباء العائلة والأطباء في المستشفيات في التريننج، بالإضافة إلى زملائنا القادمين بإقامة لأستراليا الIMC Graduate. أصبحت هناك حاجة كبيرة لإطار ينظم عملهم وينظم طريقة مساعدتهم، خاصة عند الحاجة في حالات البحث عن امتحانات أو إنجازها أو الحصول على observation أو الحصول حتى على مواقع للعمل، إضافة إلى التنسيق فيما بين مختلف الأطباء لزيادة دورهم وتأثيرهم داخل الوسط الطبي والمجتمع الاشتراكي بشكل عام. جمعيتنا منفتحة وبعلاقات قوية مع كل الجمعيات الطبية العربية والخاصة بالجاليات الأخرى في أستراليا، إضافة إلى علاقاتها بالجسم الطبي العراقي من خلال نقابة الأطباء والجمعيات، بالإضافة إلى كليات الاختصاص المختلفة.
And now for the first speech, I would like to invite Dr. Munjid Al-Mudaris, the president of IAMA, to give his opening remarks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming here, and thank you very much for participating in this important gathering. I haven't prepared any speech, but I can start by saying Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is the cradle of civilization. Many things happened and started in the region of Iraq, or current Iraq. From the first writing, from the first literature, from the first wheel, from the first musical instrument. Iraq supplied the world with a lot of knowledge, a lot of richness. And time passed, and then Iraq and Baghdad become the capital of the greatest empire that the world have seen, extending from the wall of China to the sea, to the big ocean. And again, medicine, astronomy, science, literature, distributed to all over the world, to Europe and through Andalus.
I would like to invite Dr. Ahmed Al-Rubi to the stage to give us some history and structure about IAMA. Thank you.
Honorable Frank Carboni, Mayor of Fairfield, Honorable Paul Lynch, State Member for Liverpool, Honorable Guy Zankari, State Member for Fairfield, colleagues from the Arab Medical Association, Australian Lebanese Medical Association, Federation of Bengalis Medical Association in Australia, distinguished guests and colleagues. I would like first to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay respect to elders past, present and emerging.
Next we have Dr. Miriam Joseph to give us an overview about the objectives of the organization. Dr. Joseph.
Our honorable politicians, organization representatives, sponsors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I was asked to talk about the goals of the IAMA. By now, we all know that this association includes mainly doctors, all in Australia and New Zealand. The doctors' categories include specialists, general practitioners, JMOs or junior medical officers,
So I'd like to invite Dr. Zainab Rida to give a few opening remarks. Please come through.
How many of you remember your registrar days? Or let's go back further. Your first day as an intern. You've just graduated from medical school and you feel on top of the world. And then you show up on the hospital wards and realize you're actually at the bottom of the food chain. And that nurses are actually your best friends because they're the ones keeping you in check. As doctors in training, we often spend long hours on the wards. We get excited about bowels and urine output. We're awake.
That carry through the usual sort of lines. Firstly, of course, it needs no introduction. I'd like to invite up to the stage Dr. Munjid al-Mudiris, who is the inaugural president of this association. And Dr. Mariam Joseph, who's the vice president. Dr. Ahmed Rubai, who is the secretary. And I'll be carrying the burden of being a treasurer. Now, from specialist groups, we have Dr. Imad Mahmoud from Obstetrics and Gynecology. Mohanad Jabir, Dr. Mohanad Jabir, an aqua GI surgeon. Dr. Wael Adouri, who's a psychiatrist. And Dr. Anwar Rabban, hematologist. Of course, this organization is aiming to continue the work through different levels of experience. It's not just for qualified doctors. So we have hospital trainee representatives, Dr. Zainab Rida, and Dr. Zainab Akrawi, and Dr. Fadi Aziz. Dr. Usama Al-Awaidi, and Dr. Zaydun Al-Falahi. Overseas. These are apparently overseas. Our GP representatives, we have Dr. Ala Al-Mansour, Dr. Murtada Shawqi, I saw, there he is, Firas. Don't be shy.
Next we have our distinguished politicians and supporters. So first I'd like to invite Mr. Frank Carboni, Fairfield Mayor, to give his opening words. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon everyone. It's wonderful to be here to join you in the celebration of this inaugural organisation. First of all, can I say it's wonderful to see many more doctors and politicians in the room. We definitely need more doctors and less politicians. And who am I to speak after some of the wonderful speakers that came before me? But I will say this. It's wonderful that you've been able to come together to launch the Iraqi Australian Medical Association. In doing so, of course, you will be, as it's been expressed, you'll be able to look after and mentor many of the new doctors. And what I have noticed is that many of you have...
Gary, State Member of Fairfield, to give his speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very, very, very brief because we've had a number of speakers and I'm sure there are a few more to come. Can I first of all acknowledge traditional owners of the land and pay respects to elders both past and present. Of course, we acknowledge the Cabral people of the Darug Nation who have nurtured and cultivated this beautiful country we call Australia, which you call home, and they cultivated and nurtured that for 60,000 years, and for that we must always be forever grateful.
Next is Mr. Paul Lynch, State MP of Liverpool. Put your hands together.
Thanks, Ziad. I commence by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Cabral clan of the Darug Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I also pay my respects to the elders of the other First Nations of this land. Can can I acknowledge Drs. Al-Rabai, Miriam Joseph, Munjid Almderis, the other members of the Iraqi Australian Medical Association. Can I also acknowledge, of course, my parliamentary colleague, Guy Zangari.
Invite one of our colleagues, Dr. Ayaz Chaudhary, the head of the Federation of the Bengalis Medical Association, to talk about topics in this regard. So there are several ways, and this is one of the main aims actually of this organization. Thank you.
I just add something that by networking, we are hearing from different individuals that they have positions for AMCs, or certain hospitals would have positions for trainees